Hey everybody, so it's the second Tuesday of the month, so that means I'm playing EVE Online, which is a space-based, massively multiplayer online game. I've played it a lot before in the past. This character was my main character, started in 2004 and has been played pretty solidly since then. Had a few break periods in there, but yeah. I am going to create a new character and start a game fresh so that you can see what it's like in EVE from a brand new character's point of view, because it is pretty tough going to begin with, because, well, at least when I started there wasn't really much of a tutorial that helped that much. A lot of things have changed now, I think, so we'll see that soon. So here we go in the character creation part. There's 4 races: Caldari, Gallente, Amarr, and Minmatar. So depending which you pick depends on the type of ships that you fly. Amarr ships are very armoured ships. The Caldari ships focus on shields instead of armour. Minmatar is all speed-based ships pretty much. And Gallente is kind of a combination between Amarr and Caldari. So they can do armour, and they can do in fact, Gallente is more of a combination of both, because they have quite a few speed ships. They have shield-based ships and armor-based ships, so Gallente is more like a mix of everything. Caldari shields, Minmatar speed, Amarr armor. I usually go with Amarr, but this time I'm going to go with Minmatar because I've never really played through and trained up a proper character, which is Minmatar, so I'm going to do that this time and see where we go.
Once a thriving tribal civilization, the Minmatar were enslaved by the Amarr Empire for hundreds of years. Most were freed after a great rebellion, but only at a tremendous cost. Today, the Minmatar Republic is a strong, resurgent nation, determined to win back the glory of its past.
Okay. So, next. So the bloodline is like, well, is what it says it is, a bloodline within the race Minmatar. You got the Brutor. I've never been able to pronounce that correctly. The Vihirokor and the Sebestor. The Brutor are martial, strong-willed people. The Brutor hold their tribal heritage close to their hearts and are renowned for living regimented, disciplined lives. Despite presenting a tough, no-nonsense exterior, they are deeply introspective, aware of even the smallest detail at all times, immersed in an ancient martial traditions that begin at childhood. They are physically robust individuals and intimidating to face in the flesh. These guys, originally nomads in Matar's vast and inhospitable desert regions, the Vihirokor are among the most diverse individuals of the Republic. They can be found in professions ranging from doctors to mystics, scholars to merchants. Their quiet work ethic and widespread family clans allow them unlimited social mobility in the Republic, with access to both the best and the worst that society has to offer. Sebestor, widely respected as some of the cluster's most innovative thinkers. The Sebestor are the ingenious people with a natural fondness for engineering. For the last millennium, They have pioneered advances in applied sciences despite labouring under chronic material shortages. Masters of deriving solutions from impossible circumstances, Sebestor engineers believe they can build anything with anything out of anything. Okay, so the bloodline you pick will help you depending on what you want to focus on in the game. Brutor, it's going to be combat stuff, so PvP, PvE, piracy, all that kind of stuff. These guys are like a mix between them. They've got their skills will range across but won't be as focused as either of these two. The Sebestor here will be more building things like industry and sciences and things like that focused. So I'm going to go with the Brutor because PvP. PvP is player versus player, and PvE is player versus environment. Right. Now, character creation. Let's have a play around here. I'm going to try and make him look as much like me as possible, even though he's kind of more dark-skinned than I am. That's probably not politically correct, but oh well. Muscularity. Yeah, that'll do. I'm not that muscular. Weight. No, not that bad. Yeah, that'll do. Complexion. Yeesh. I think that's about right. Yeah. Freckles. I unfortunately have a ton of. Yep. Scarring. I do have a scar on my forehead, but I don't think I can... Oops. No. Let's just take that down to 0. Eyes. Pretty small pupils most of the time. That's about right. Hair, no, that's colour. Oops. Brown. That doesn't match up at all. That's like a grey. Alright, well, I guess we'll go with that one. That's as close as we're going to get. Hairstyles. Mine's quite short. My hairstyle isn't really in there, so I'm just going to go with this one. Obviously change the colour to... Oh, that's the root colour. Yeah, that's about right. Maybe a bit darker, but... doesn't look like there is a darker brown. Facial hair. Oh wait, eyebrows. I have tiny little eyebrows, but I'm just gonna have to go with those, I guess. Facial hair. I do have a mustache and the beginnings of a beard at the minute, so let's see. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's about right. Facial hair color, make that a bit darker. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but yeah. Skin details, eye details. No. Lash thickness. I can't really see the difference. Cheek color, lip tone. Nah, I'm good. It's not really my shaped face, but I guess it'll have to do. Oh, I can mold it though, can't I? Right, how to do this? You got so much a frown there. I don't think I'm really going to get it looking like me very much, but let's go with that. Clothes. Oh, that doesn't look good without a shirt on underneath. Let's go with a white top. No. No, 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 no. Excuse me. Yeah, that's more like it. Oh, wait, bottoms. This doesn't really make that big a difference to the game at all, because all you really see, unless you're in the captain's quarters, is your headlag here. So, but if you really want to go for it, and I am, just for the hell of it. Feet, let's get some boots that match the jacket. They kind of match. What about those ones? They go a bit better. Let's go with that. Body modifications. Piercings, I don't have any. Tattoos, also don't have any. Scars, head. That's the closest. Let's go with that one. See, my tattoo, not tattoo, sorry. My scar is just that bit there of it. The rest of it I don't have, but... Prosthetics. I think I can get prosthetic eye, but my other character does. Oh well. Next. So this is creating the avatar that you'll see in any of the chats that you're in. So you can select the poses here, the backgrounds here, and the lighting differences here. So you can make him look pretty angry or whatever. I'm just going to do, let's make him look at the, let's change the lighting a little bit. Give him a bit of a smile. Make him look at the camera. It's not much of a smile, that's better. Okay. Change the background to something. How about this one? Yeah. Take a photo. So that will be my avatar. You can take four different ones to compare between them, but I'm quite happy with that one, so let's just continue and get into the game. Oh, naming my character. Name. Let's go with... What shall I name my character? Let's go with Reg. No, that's not Reg. Reginald. Family name. Give us a random family name. We don't like any of those. Reginald Q. Yeah. Why not? Finalize. Okay. Alright, so here we are. You start in space. There is a choice actually to start docked in a station and start in space, so we're starting in space. I didn't make that choice. Let's just... Right. There used to be a voice that went with all this. I guess they've taken that away. Go on then, show me some of your opportunities. Take a look around. Awareness of what is going on around you in space is very important to a capsular. You're called a capsular because you're always in a little pod, and that pod goes into the ship, whichever ship you're using, so that's why you're in a capsular. You're called a capsular because you're in a capsule, really, not the ship. Awareness of what is going on around you in space is very important to a capsular. Using your camera is key. So, take a look around. Or just take a look around. There you go. Now, you can, if you want to go in any direction, just double click. Oh, manual piloting. And in PvP, if you're in something in PvP, then manual piloting, I find, it's very difficult, but it's definitely the better way to do it because you have more control. Well, sort of. If you can get it good, if you can get good at manual piloting, then you definitely have more control. Manage your skills and attributes and augmentations. I need to briefly, what I'm going to do is go, so if you want to do anything, you right click in space and you get this little menu here. This is everything in this solar system: asteroid belts, planets, stargates, stations. And if we hit F10, yeah, F10 is the star map. So every one of these little dots is a different system, and they're all connected by stargates. You can only get to certain ones through certain routes. The bright colors are high security systems. I'll go over that another time. And the red are nullsec, which is no security systems, which I'll go over another time. But yeah, for the minute, I'm just going to right click, go to stations and dock, because I need to log out of this character briefly and change something on my other character so that I can carry on with this one. Enter warp. Okay, see these greens here? That means these are ships in your corporation. You start in a NPC an NPC corporation, so all your new characters and some really old characters are actually in those. But yeah, so this is us docked here in the station. This is the little starter ship you get. It comes with a mining laser and a pretty crappy gun on it, but yeah, I'm just going to log out of this character real quickly. No, I don't want to quit game, I want to log out. Where's my log out? I guess we're... Okay, back again. What I just did was I cancelled the training queue on my other character, TK. He was working on Capital Ships 5 or 4, I think. I can't remember. But I can only have one on at a time unless I buy another training queue, and I'm not about to do that. Yeah, so now I can go back into this character and get him training. And if I ever need any money as well, then I've got nearly 3 billion on my other character that I can transfer across to me, so I probably will do that at some point. I can also switch back to him every now and then and show you some things that I might not necessarily be able to show you on him, just because he is really heavily trained in PvP, and obviously this is a brand new character. So you can see, look, 71 million skill points, 55,000 skill points. This guy is just yeah, he does his own thing. I won't talk about him. So,
Connecting.
Reginald Q. What we were doing. We were going through the tutorial, but I'm not actually going to go through the tutorial. I'm just going to show you stuff because I can. So down the side here you have all the things you will ever need. Your options in EVE Online are pretty much whatever you want to do. You can be an industrial, like mine resources and build ships and modules and ammunition, and you can set up your own space stations. Granted, that does take a lot of work, but it's possible. And you can do PvP, you can do PvE, you can do piracy. I mean, it is illegal and it will lower your standing with everyone almost, but you can do it. Just hold ships ransom or just blow them up to steal their stuff, and I am talking about other players as well. So that's always a lot of fun. That is what I was for a long time, actually, a pirate. Just cause havoc. But I'm just going to show you everything eventually. Go through it. There's a lot to cover, so this might have to turn into its own series depending on how well it is received, but we'll see. So this is your inventory. So whatever ship you happen to be in at the time, your inventory is the cargo hold, basically. There's a drone bay there, which I'll talk about later. Ship hangar. Oh, this has changed since the last time. Okay, inventory here now is not just your cargo. Last time I played, it was just your cargo. Inventory, it seems to be... Oh. So you've got the ship hangar, which is all the ships you own in the space station that you are docked in. Item hangar is all the items and modules and stuff that you own in the space station. You can probably change that in... No, that's another thing. Never mind, forget that. Obviously we have nothing in our cargo because we haven't done anything. We are going to do something now though. We're going to undock and I'm going to show you how to use the standard equipment that comes on your basic ship. So that's the space station. I wouldn't try and shoot it if I were you, because there, if you can see, that is a sentry gun, and there are others scattered around as well, and they just wipe you out completely. And you see these red crosses, white, obviously, crosses. Concord is the police, and they'll, if the sentries struggle to take you on, then Concord will not struggle at all. They will just blow you away. So we've got a civilian Gatling autocannon, shows you the range there and the optimal range and the DPS, and we have a civilian miner. So I'll show you how the miner works. Pretty simple really. Let's warp to an asteroid belt.
Warp drive active.
So again, just right click, asteroid belts, warp to. You can, if you know where it is in space, just do it that way, or in your overview you can do it as well, but when in doubt, right click, gives you all the stuff you need really. Oh, I forgot to set my training queue up, but I will do that in a second once I've done this. I've heard that one of the recent updates now allows us to set as much of a training queue as we want. Before it was only like 24 hours of a training queue you could set up in advance, but now you can do whatever you want. These two here, those are other pilots. Those are players in the game flying around. One of them just left. What's that guy? Right click, show info. He's in a Crusader. That's a Tech 2 frigate. That's an interceptor. They're very, very fast. And if you fit them up right, they can be really, really nasty. We don't need to worry about him though, because we're in a high security system and there's nothing he can do to us, really. I mean, he could blow us away if he really wanted to lose his ship, but it's unlikely. So what we do now is we head towards one of these asteroids, approach it, right click, approach. Takes a lot of time in this because it's a bit slow and I haven't got an afterburner fitted. Excuse me. That's the Budweiser talking, not me. And again. This is not sponsored by Budweiser. So if you want to keep moving around an object, you can also go to orbit, and it gives you a list of ranges, and you can set a default as well. But if we orbit at 500, that's perfect. I think well within range. Yeah, optimal range within 10 kilometers, so we're easily within range. Let's just stop the ship, shall we? Since I played last, these asteroid fields have got a lot more detailed. There was none of this mess around. It was just the big chunks that you could see. So I'm quite happy to see it progressing graphically. Now you can lock target, right click, lock target. You can also hold down control and just click it. Oh, that didn't do it. It did used to do that. Okay, I'll have to find the shortcut. They've changed that. Lock target. What was it? You can lock multiple targets, and then you can set each one to a different target, but you do need skills to do that. You might be able to lock multiple targets, but you're not going to be able to do too much unless you've got the skills, which we'll look at in a second. So you've got asteroids here. Veldspar is like your bog standard asteroid. It's everywhere. It's one of the most common. Condensed Scordite, another one of the really, really common ones, but this is a starter system, so. And basically you just click the one that you want to target, just there, and then you activate it there. And there you go. He's mining away, and if we open our cargo, which is right here, we will start to see that fill up in a second. This white edge that's circling around it is the cycle. So once that cycle completes, we'll see something pop in here, and skills again will affect the rate and how much you get each cycle. So there we go, 165 units of concentrated Veldspar. So that's pretty simple. That's as simple as that, and we can sell that as well, or we can refine it into minerals which we can use to build things if we wanted to, and I'll show you how to do that probably another time. As far as the Gatling gun goes, I'm sure I can find a target for us to shoot at and show you how that works. It's a little bit more complicated, but not really. This is very basic. It'll be basic PvE because we're not going to start shooting at players. So let's just go to another asteroid belt and Hopefully we'll see
Drive
an NPC pirate there. I kind of wish that the joystick was compatible with this game, because it would be a lot of fun to fly a ship with a joystick, but hey ho. So this guy is mining with his, is that an orca? Yeah, it's an orca. And he's got his drones out by the looks of it, or he did have. Yeah, there's one of his drones flying back to him, mining drone. And yeah, go to the next belt because there's nothing here that we can. I want to find a pirate so I can show you some combat. And the next time we do any video, I'll show you. I'll probably have gotten him in a better ship, and I can show you something a little bit better than just your everyday stuff. And of course, if you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. Just leave them in the comments section below, or you can message me on my Facebook page, which there'll be a link to in the description. And see if we can find a pirate before we end this video, because I think we've done about 40, maybe 30-40 minutes. Where are we? Look at, that means we're there, so warp to this one.
warp drive.
Come on, there's no pirates. I do like the little effect for the warp. Ooh. I'm glad that in this game, if you warp through something, you don't hit it. It's kind of unrealistic, but better than blowing up every time you warp through a planet or an asteroid field. Come on, I just want to find one pirate so I can show some PvE. Nothing, really? Next belt. Where are we? We are in that one, so.
Warp drive active.
This is a really massive game, so there is so much to cover. And there is so much to learn as well. The learning curve for it is, as people have stated to me in the past, extremely difficult to get over. But if you've got someone who knows what they're doing, showing you how to do it, then not much of a learning curve, I don't think. Just gotta pay attention and yeah. I can't believe I can't find any bloody NPCs. I bet there's someone else. No, because I'd be seeing the wrecks if there was someone else going through. Unless they're salvaging as well. Because you can salvage all the wrecks of the things you destroy. Okay, still no NPCs,
Warp drive active.
which is very frustrating. I kind of really want to show you it, and it's a bit dull just flying around doing bugger all. Come on, give me something. See, this guy is in my corp. I could technically attack him, but I wouldn't last long enough to show you anything of worth, because I'm in the starter rookie ship
Warp drive active.
with civilian equipment on it. which is crap. So I just put in a message in there just because, why not? Rats I was referring to are pirates, which is the standard term for them in EVE.
Warp drive.
You go rat hunting is pirate hunting. Rats usually only refers to NPC pirates though. You don't really use it when you're going after real pirates, which is a thing. There's a lot of anti-pirate corporations out there that will just only exist to destroy players who are pirating other players. The bane of my existence. I cannot find a single rat in these belts at all, so I'm going to jump to another system. So that's Stargates. You always have to go to a Stargate if you want to go to another system. I've just gone to Arlek, and I've selected to jump as soon as I get to the gate, so I don't have to do anything. I just let it go, and it'll jump when we get there. Didn't used to have that option, and I'm quite glad that they did add it. Before, you'd always have to walk to the gate, approach the gate, jump through the gate, and they turned that all into just one click, which is jump to the gate, which is handy. So this is the Stargate. So it'll automatically jump. And here we go, into another solar system. Here we are. You stay cloaked when you arrive on the other side of the gate for like, I think it's about 30 seconds. And yeah, then you appear. But as soon as you start moving, that cloak will disappear. It's kind of handy if you're traveling through low security systems. I'm just going to go to one of the belts and hopefully find a rat, and that I can show you, and we will end it after that. Warp drive active. There's all sorts of stuff going on around you in all these systems as well, so I'll have to go over all that at some point as well. Okay, nothing here again. It's impossible to find rats all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. Did I not click that? Warp.
Warp drive active.
Come on, give me something. Just a little frigate is all I need. Frigate is usually the smallest class of ship you'll find. There are small classes like shuttles, but they're just for moving around really quickly. They're not useful any other way. Oh, you could find uses for them. I've found other uses for them, but their main use is moving around really quickly. You can take blueprints with you because they don't take up any cargo, so you can move blueprints pretty quickly with a shuttle, but that's about it. Come on, give me something.
Warp drive active.
I am now. Okay, I'm really getting frustrated now because I can't find anything.
Warp drive active.
I may have to leave this until the next video so that I can show you something. At least I did show you a little bit already. It's going to take me a lot of time to go through everything though. Oh, one thing I will show you before I end this video is the skills, because I need to set that up before I leave anyway. I'm clearly not going to find any rats because there's nothing about at all. So I'm just going to go to stations. I don't really need to worry about where I'm docking right now because I don't have any assets in a station. I've just got my little rookie ship. So I can dock wherever I want. Oh, I'm getting a bit of lag.
Warp drive active.
Dropping frames here, I don't know what's going on. Oh, my laptop's getting a bit warm, maybe that's it. Okay, here we go. Okay, sorry about that. I ran out of memory on my computer for Fraps to record to, and it just cut off the last 15 minutes of this video, or 10-15 minutes, which was me just taking you through skills and stuff. So I'm just going to do that again right now. I've transferred some money from my main account to, well, this is my main account now really, but from my the old main character to this one, so I've now got 100 million in here, which is way more than enough to do whatever I'm going to be doing at the minute anyway. So yeah, if we just open up character sheet here we got the character sheet, and here where skills. So these are your categories of skills. I'm going to have him learn and get good in a frigate, which is a type of ship. The smallest class of ship you could use for combat really is a frigate. They're fast. You can do some damage with them if you fit them up right, but you know, you're not going to take on like a battle cruiser or bigger in a frigate solo, because you just don't have the firepower to get through what will be their armor tank or their shield tank. Anyway, let's open the market, because I'm going to have to give you some examples here. Where's the market gone? Here it is. Right, so we're going to want an afterburner skill probably, because I'm just going to show you briefly how to get the skills you want. So we want an afterburner skill, even though it's not Spaceship Command. We're going to need it for fitting and stuff. So afterburner will be in navigation, so you look for navigation here. Here's the afterburner skill right here. There's one available, one jump away. Actually no, there's 555 available, one jump away. So if we buy that, that's already set as our destination because I did that previously, but if you want to do that, you go to location, you right click on it, location, set destination. I can't set it twice, so we are going to undock. Actually no, I'll show you this first. Actually I can show you on the way, so it's fine. Excuse me. If we then go, something else you'll find handy, which is only really good for going through high security systems. If you're doing it in low security, then you're an idiot. Autopilot. The destination we've set is there. Autopilot knows that.
Autopilot
Turn it on,
engaged.
and he'll go about his business. It'll get us there. It's only one jump, so no big deal. Anyway,
Warping to Stargate.
so we've just bought that skill. If we show, yeah, we can plug that in soon. As soon as we get there, I'm gonna give you the afterburner example again now. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to give you a random example. We're in the market already. So let's say you find something in here that you want to put on your ship. So ship equipment, engineering equipment, energy destabilizers, a small one. Alright, so we're in these. Now, if you find one in here that you can't use, which just starting you're not going to be able to, click the little eye there. That'll give you all the information about it. And in the requirements tab, which you already are in,
Stargate.
it'll show you all the skills that you need to use that. So these two here I've got already. Those got ticks next to them. This one here with the cross next to it I do not have. So I need to get that in order to use it. So if I go view market details, so right click, view market details on that, there's another one here in the same place we're going to, so I'm going to buy that. So when I get there I can chuck both of those into my
Autopilot jumping.
I'll show you how that's done. We're almost there. Can close the market now, we don't need that. It's going to autopilot to the station as well, because I've set that as the destination. You won't do that automatically every time, so don't always rely on it. You have to set the station as the destination if you want that to happen. So once we dock up, I can show you how to put them into your mind. It's really not very difficult.
Approaching station.
Excuse me. Got a bit of a cough coming on, I think. See, this is where an afterburner would be handy, because approaching places takes forever. Well, not forever, but I'm impatient. Come on.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
Okay. So, we're docked in the station. This station is where we have just bought things. So if we go to inventory, that's the Veldspar we mined earlier. But if we go to item hanger, there's our 2 skill books we just bought. And again, right click, always right click, inject skill or train now is your 2 options. So if you know that you've bought a skill that you can plug in, because sometimes in order to put some skills in your head, you need to have other skills trained previous. You can't just put whatever you want in there. You have to go through a skill tree almost. So I know that I can inject that one, and I know that I can inject that one, but that doesn't mean that they are trained now. In fact, they're not even training now. Now if I go here, what was it? An engineering and a navigation. See, there's that skill I just plugged in. Level 0, so it's not trained at all. If I train now to level 1, it'll take 16 minutes. So that's training. And if I go to navigation, afterburner, look, level 0 again, that'll take 8 minutes. So if I train now to level 1, that'll replace the engineering one and then queue the engineering one behind it. Or I can add it to the queue. So now it'll train that after it's finished training the engineering one. It's pretty simple. Another thing I should mention is the time it takes for these to train. You don't have to be in game for, let's say I wanted to take navigation to level 4. That's going to take me 20 hours to train that, but it doesn't mean you have to be in game for 20 hours. That would be ridiculous. That takes less than a day in our real time for that to train to level 4. So you can log off of EVE, go and do whatever you want, like go and cook dinner or go and spend some time with your partner or whatever, and then come back later on, and you know, you'll see that the amount of time you've been away will have ticked down in that as well. So you can set your training queue up in advance. I think now for I don't think there's a limit on it. There used to be a 24-hour limit on the training queue you could set, which meant you needed to come back and check on it every day almost, make sure it was training the right things. But now I could just go through all of these skills and just add to queue, add to queue, add to queue, and it will just keep going through them, which is pretty handy, really. Especially if you're training for a certain ship or a certain being able to use a certain module well, because a lot of modules and ships will have bonuses per level, and 5 is always the max level. So let's say you get a 5% bonus just to damage. That's just a random example. You might find that on some, you will find that on some. If you have that at level 5, that's a 25% bonus to damage that module or that ship will do, just because you've got it at level 5. So when you can, do get the skills to level 5, because it really affects your abilities in game, and especially if you're aiming to do any combat sort of things, you definitely need to get as many level 5s as you can, because you're just going to get raped by other people if you don't. The same goes for industry though as well, because you know, you might be able to make everything the same as everyone else, but with level 5 skills it's going to cost you less materials and less time to make those things. So less time, more money. That's the whole deal, really. It's pretty simple, not as difficult as a lot of people think. It's just that there's no real explanation to stuff, so I'm giving you that explanation. Also, one more thing before I leave: if you do have questions, you can send a message on EVE or on YouTube or on my Facebook page. If you're going to message me on EVE, you need to send it to this character name here, Reginald Q. That's REGINALD space QU. I'm also going to open a channel. Let's create a channel. Josh Plays. Attempting to create channel. So now I have a Josh Plays channel. So if you wanted to come and chat whenever I'm online, I'm not going to be able to give you any information as when that will be, because I only come on to record, really, or prep for a recording. Yeah, you go here, channels, click it, you type in here Josh Plays, and you click join. If you try and create it, you won't be able to, because I've got it already. So you go ahead and join that if you want. I'll be in here whenever I'm online, and you can chat to me. Or like I said, you can send me a message, and any questions, if you do, feel free to ask, and I will answer them best of my ability, because I'm a nice guy. Yeah, that's all for this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this. It really helps me out, and if you like and share it as well with your friends, that would really help me. And if you'd like the Facebook page, you'll know when I'm recording and what videos are coming up when and stuff like that. So yeah, please do like my page and share it with your friends, and subscribe on YouTube. It really helps me out. And yeah, I hope you all fly safe playing EVE Online. Toodaloo, motherfuckers.